Before we start off, I really need to just read this quote to you because it's just so great. Like the protected books, plays, and movies that preceded them, video games communicate ideas and even social messages through many familiar literary devices such as characters, dialogue, plot, and music, and through features distinctive to the medium, such as the player's interaction with the virtual world. That suffices to confer First Amendment protection. Under our Constitution, aesthetic and moral judgments about art and literature are for the individual to make, not for the government to decree, even with the mandate or approval of a majority. So for those of you that spaced out during that, the Supreme Court smacked down the California law about selling games to minors. I'm glad that they've decided to put video games within the First Amendment rights with, like, plays and books and movies and all of that. I mean, it's all the same, like, in the same box. Those of you who are not in North America, you won't care all that much, but we're excited. If you are super excited to go to Gamescom, I hope that you're not super excited to go because you get to play Diablo 3, because they're not going to be there. There is still a possibility that it could show up, but Blizzard is not listing it as something that they're bringing to Gamescom, so if you were hoping to play it and haven't played it before, Gamescom will probably not be the place. I find it so weird that Blizzard consistently announces games years before they know it's going to be out. It's like, why not just wait a little while? I know that they like the hype and building up the hype and having it be something that people have waited for years, but that doesn't always work out. Sometimes people just get irritated and just decide they don't care anymore. Diablo 3, again, is coming out sometime in life. Possibly. I also think it's interesting that Blizzard doesn't go to many conventions, and I know it's because they have BlizzCon. Like, they're like, we have our own. We don't need you guys. But it's just strange that they rely so sufficiently on that. Microsoft is working to get more free-to-play titles to the Xbox 360 through Xbox Live. They're trying to work in microtransactions, which is interesting because I've only ever seen that happen on a PC. I've never seen that happen on a console, so if they're able to work that in, that'll be able to get the company that are giving them the free-to-play games more money, which is good for them because then the business relationship works a bit better. I know that Nintendo isn't interested in having free-to-play microtransaction games at all. PS3 already has free roams, but I don't even know if they use microtransactions. I haven't actually played that game very much. I mean, for the most part, microtransactions are done through MMOs, and I think, like, social games, right? Like Facebook games, there are all sorts of microtransactions. And just to explain what those are, it's when you're playing a game and you're able to just buy something on the fly. Like, you can be needing something and be able to just purchase it within the game and not have to restart it. But again, it just kind of, like, works into your brain and is like, no, it's just 50 cents. It's not a big deal. And then you wind up just purchasing all sorts of stuff. It's the same tactic that all sorts of games use on the PC. But it is good to hear that Microsoft is trying to make things a bit more accessible to people within the 360 universe, because there are plenty of people who don't really have a lot of interest in the Xbox 360 because all they know about it is FPS, FPS, FPS. So it'll be really cool if they're able to give us a bit more of something that we want. And I think that Kinect is helping a little bit with that. But being able to have free-to-play games on the Xbox Live would really bump up their base, I think. Any of you who are interested in the Game Developers Choice Awards, nominations for the awards are going to be open until June 30th. So if you would like to get your ballot in, you only have a few days. I will put a link in my description so that you can go ahead and go there and check it out. It'll be all fun and dandy and fantastic. There are a lot of different awards that people can get. It's really cool. In October is when the actual awards are going to be happening, and I think that they stream it online. So if you didn't know that it existed, you can go ahead and watch that as well in October. If you remember, maybe I'll mention it again in October. Anyway, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or negative response to anything that I said today, feel free to leave it as a comment or as a video response because I love them. If you want to have coffee with me, you can go ahead and click somewhere in here. There will be an invitation that will take you to my other channel where I'm going to talk about something. But otherwise, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Okay, bye-bye.